You ever look at a huge building, one of our big iconic landmarks, or even just your own home, and wonder what it really takes to keep it standing strong? It's actually not just about the construction. It's this whole ecosystem of super advanced products and really, really skilled people, all working together. So let's dive into how they pull it off. I mean, just look at this. The US Capitol, it's this incredible symbol, right? But it's also a building made of stone and metal and all sorts of materials. So how in the world do we protect something this magnificent from, well, from time itself, from the constant attack of the elements? The answer is way more interesting than you might think. Because here's the thing. Every single building, it doesn't matter if it's a brand new skyscraper or a centuries-old monument, is in a constant fight with its environment. You've got sun, rain, pollution, and just plain old wear and tear, all working around the clock to break it down. So here's our game plan. We'll start with a quick look at those pressures our buildings are up against. Then we're going to break down the solution into its two critical parts. First, we'll get into the science, the actual products that do the protecting. After that, we'll explore the incredible skill of the people who apply them. And finally, we'll see how it all clicks together into this amazing ecosystem of expertise. All right, let's kick things off with the what. This is really the foundation of it all. The scientifically engineered products that are designed from the ground up to clean, protect, and preserve our buildings. And this isn't some newfangled idea. Companies like ProSoco have been in the game developing these specialty chemicals since all the way back in 1939. As our understanding of how buildings work got better, the need for these proven solutions just exploded. And that expertise, it's been trusted on some of the most famous buildings in the world, including Grand Central Station and even the US Capitol. And this is the key, right? This is where the world of construction slams right into the world of science. We're talking about years and years of research, countless hours in the lab, all to create these chemicals that can, say, gently clean a 100-year-old wall or make a concrete floor tough enough to handle millions of people walking on it. And the range of stuff they've developed is just incredible. It's not like there's one magic potion for everything. We're talking specialized systems for, well, you name it. Hard surface care, getting rid of graffiti, complex anchoring systems, high-tech water repellents. It's basically a complete toolkit for tackling just about any problem a building could have. And here's that science in action. This is at Chicago's Navy Pier. Now, these concrete floors, they look great, right? But the important thing is that they've been chemically densified. That basically means a liquid hardener was used to make the surface way stronger and less porous. This is what protects them from all that heavy foot traffic while still being easy to clean. It's that perfect mix of looking good and working hard. Okay, now check this out. This is a look at a modern air and water barrier system. The easiest way to think about it is like a high-tech raincoat for the entire building. It's this seamless membrane that's applied to the structure to control airflow and keep moisture out, which is absolutely critical for energy efficiency and stopping long-term rot and damage. But here's the thing. You can have the most advanced science in the world sitting in a bottle, but there's still a massive piece of the puzzle missing. And this quote just nails it. The products are only half the battle. At the end of the day, this business is about people. And that brings us to this piece of advice that you hear over and over again from people in the field. Never go it alone. Because the best product on the planet can totally fail, or worse, even cause damage, if it's not used the right way. And this is where the human expertise becomes every bit as important as the science itself. So let's talk about the who. These are the skilled pros, the craftspeople, the boots on the ground who actually take those chemical solutions and turn them into real-world protection for our buildings. And you've got companies like Midwest Maintenance that just live and breathe this philosophy. I mean, look at their mission, restoring history and preserving the future. They're not just about getting the job done. They're about building up the workforce by investing in the people who will actually be doing this critical work. So how do you build that kind of expertise? Well, it's not random. It's a very clear, structured process. It all starts in the classroom, learning the theory, but you move really quickly to getting your hands on the actual equipment. Then you layer on safety certifications, and finally, you put it all to the test in real-world situations. It's how you go from just knowing something to truly mastering it. And let me be clear, right at the heart of all that training is safety. It is the absolute non-negotiable core. A real pro needs to understand everything from how to handle chemicals to wearing the right PPE to preventing falls to just being aware of all the hazards on a job site. True expertise means doing the job right and doing it safely. And what makes this training so powerful is that it isn't some abstract academic thing. The people teaching are industry professionals, people who are out there working in the field every day. They bring years of practical, hands-on experience right into the classroom. Okay, so this brings us to the synthesis. This is where those two big halves, the science and the skill, finally come together to create that complete ecosystem of expertise. And this slide just says it all, doesn't it? It's the whole formula right here. On one side, you've got the cutting-edge science, all carefully developed in a lab. And on the other, you've got the expert skill, applying that science with precision and safety right there on the wall. You just can't have one without the other. It doesn't work. So when you boil it all down, the ultimate takeaway is this. Protecting our buildings effectively isn't about just buying a product off a shelf. It's a real partnership between innovative science and expert, hands-on craftsmanship. And why should you care? Why does all this matter so much? Well, because this ecosystem protects our shared history for the next generation. It makes the buildings we use every single day last longer. It keeps workers and the public safe, and this one is huge. It creates really good, high-demand careers in the skilled trades. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Our buildings are getting more and more complex, right? New materials, new designs, bigger environmental challenges. The question is, how do we make sure that this entire ecosystem, both the science in the lab and the skills out in the field, keeps evolving right along with them?